right order now? Hi, Janelle and Alexa. What kind of party is this?
This is Grandpa at Bierlink 70th birthday party.
Yay! Oh, I missed that. What was that, Isaac?
I already used them. Got them free.
Waiting for the guest of honor to be here.
And to the Red River Road, right across, and then it comes back into Marine Drive, and I get off the Springdale Road right home.
We're waiting for everybody to come. Just talk when you get the camera. I'm trying to get Rebecca a group. She's hiding. We're looking for the Bierlink mobile. Are they coming?
Down there.
No, I think we're really cold. Yeah, I mean, the water's cold. I know.
They're not here yet, are they?
No.
No.
What's your time limit? Yeah.
He has no time limit. 2 hours a day. Which is gone up. It used to be 1 hour a day, every day.
Do you use it? Oh, it's in Slightly.
Slightly, yes.
You go under his front side? You go under his front side? Right. That's from right?
9.
Our prime time is like 9:30 until like around. Oh, no, because he's on. Hi, Minnie. Your hands are cold.
Are you cool? Yeah. Look here. I have little hands. They're really weak. No, I'm not here.
How do you don't flop like that?
Mine flop, and not as much as mine. Mine move, but not like that.
I lost him. Where did he go?
I almost think they got serious.
Whoa, you guys are getting rowdy. It's time for the birthday man to arrive.
Oh, nope. Okay, next Tuesday? Okay, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, there. Here they come!
Yes, yeah. Here they come!
Here they come, I met when I logged off.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Hey, we're ready.
Where's everybody going to
Okay.
How far do you want him to get him in here and then? That's okay, you guys. You're fine. You guys should be in front of me, I think, with the camera. Don't you think? I'll kind of melt into you, behind you. Fred and Shirley have arrived. You don't know what's waiting for them, huh? I hope they're feeling calm. Yes, you do. So I bet you guys picking on Lance all night. Dad's getting accosted by Lance. Hi, Dad. Nice being on this end. I like that too. Fred and Shirley, have a seat. That's it, going. I'm out. They won't be seeing you yet.
We'd like to thank all the friends and family for coming out here and helping us celebrate Dad's 70th birthday. We hope to have a little fun. If you have any jokes or good stories you can tell on Fred, we'd love to hear them. That's been quite a few years from now. But if we'd like to welcome you to our home as well. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions or need anything, please don't be afraid to ask. And I think with that, Henry's going to open with a word of prayer.
Let's join in prayer. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for being such a loving and wonderful God to us. Thanks for this opportunity to gather here tonight, for the good food that's been prepared, for all the good friendships and the family that we have here. Thanks for Dad and for the 70 years that he's lived and all the good things that he has given for his children and grandchildren and also for the friendships in this community. Thank you for this time that we can celebrate that tonight and we can enjoy it together with a bunch of friends and family. Bless our night, bless our time together, and help us to, first of all and foremost, give honor to you for what you have done for us. Especially, Lord, at this time we think of the troops in Iraq as well and the people there. Help that love, justice, and peace will prevail. Most of all,
Actually, well, being a teacher, you think of a lot of things, and one of the things that they stress a lot is how to be good role models, how to demonstrate compassion, how to be fair, and how to try and live a life where your kids can learn from. And frequently through all that, I think often of my father, who's been a wonderful role model, compassionate, spiritual, and all that. And generally pretty fair. So, I was going to propose a toast, but I guess we're ending now, okay, but I do need to pray. So, I know the dancing's about to start real soon. But, again, I would just like to thank my father. I really think that I don't know the personal moment, but thank you.
you got to get even with you.
You'll get your chance later on.
I've got this down on for a long time. No, it's a tremendous blessing to have all of you around, your family, you folks that are our friends experience that, you know what it's like to have family around. And to have our friends and all of that, I would say it was a surprise. The first surprise already this morning. We didn't know anything about that. Bruce and Becky would be around here, or our youngest daughter. But they just kind of fell from the sky and never knew where. That was the first big surprise for us. And we're just all really thankful for the children and for our friends. I mean, it's very special.
What we wanted to do is, we know that many of you guys have stories about Dad and when you first met him, especially some siblings with, you guys have a few things going on from the history, and then it's like with mom's siblings, how you met him and how he came into your life and impacted your life. So you can either, it can be a funny one, it can be serious, whatever you want to share. And we're just going to have a time of that. we kind of want to do is go through his beginning. And so I know that, just from talking to Aunt Nella for a few minutes, who sends her regrets for not being able to be here, but she had a little accident, I suppose, right, Beth, and broke her kneecap, so was unable to be here. But she shared with me just a little bit that there was quite a joyous day on March 12th, 1933, in the Bierlink household, that there was a boy born, 5 girls. So, no, 6 girls were but Aunt Marie, can you tell us a little bit about what you remember in regards to that?
My only remembrance really was this Sunday morning. We were told we were supposed to go to Aunt Dina's place that day. Had no idea why. But anyhow, I was talking to now, and I went to the thing, and she said, oh, she said, your mom's having a baby today. I didn't know it. And then I was 7 years old. He was born about 6 o'clock. Well, before that, Dad thought, well, we had to go feed the chickens, so he went out to feed the chickens. While he was feeding the chickens, Fred was born. So somebody went to the chickens and told him he got a son. He dropped everything and ran. Yeah, I was only 7 when he was born, so I don't remember anything either, except that we had to go to that. The next one, I couldn't wait to go to school and tell my teachers, that we had to go. Well, I forgot that our dad had called all the neighbors and friends and so I got to school, and Les Hendricks beat me to school, and the whole school knew it. The Bierlinks have a boy! Then I remember how Mom spoiled him. Before we went to school, and we ate oatmeal like everybody else, with milk and a little sugar on it. But no, Mom put butter on his and brown sugar. She spoiled him, but how do you eat it now?
Butter and brown sugar.
And then, one more thing I remember. The first time he went to Sunday school, after he came back, and of course, who was your teacher? Oh, it was Mrs. Zidoni.
What was it really?
Well, I was only 4 years old, and like she said, we had to go to empty hands, I just know that somebody called and said we had a baby brother. So I don't know how we got home, and somebody drove us home, but anyway, there we got Nina sitting there in a chair holding little Sonny. So we all got to hold him.
Did you call Sonny?
Oh, he called Sonny for years.
Oh, still home and still call him Sonny.
Yes, he does.
I never knew that.
Well, I know Flood and Alice shared another memory that when you guys were growing up, that she said she always remembers Dad carrying around a bat. And he had a bat, a wooden bat with it. And the bat was all square because he'd been hitting stones so many times. He was always on the stone. And then another one, she said that you guys may
broke a lot of windows, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what she wrote. She wrote a lot of windows.
I would say a lot, but I remember breaking a lot of
That was the one. And then another one he said that, your dad got really mad at the girls that time because he dressed that up. He had a boy and through school. Some of the friends got to know Dad through school. Mark? Or I don't know who would have started to as a user.
I knew him in school, but I knew him better when we were about 17 or 18
Okay.
years old. I think Fred would have to tell this too, but I was privileged at one time to hear a story about how when he was taking Sterling home, he hit the ditch. Now, I won't say anymore. I was held to secrecy.
Charlie was driving.
All secrets have to come to light.
We were in town, and we just got out of Young People, and Shirley and Fred, Helen, debriefed postman, maybe just a different ditch you hit.
This is on the rock road or something.
Between the Rock Road and the Jones Road. And anyway, he had a little siren on his car, 41 Chev, right? And I don't know if you have the red light on it or not.
No, I didn't.
But some of the roughest guys in town, in Sumac, and they pulled out on them, and they stopped. So Fred thought, boy, what am I going to do? I'm not. I said, these are bad guys.
I had 3 girls, had
Us three,
Shirley
yeah.
and Betty and her friend.
Yeah. And then you went around them and just took off, and they behind us. And we're just going. Fred's going as fast as he can go, and we didn't want them to catch us, but he went through. They pulled their car sideways across the road after they got ahead of us. So Fred turned right through and went through the ditch and around. And then we stopped at our house. And Helen and I ran in the house.
No, we stopped before.
Oh, that's
And bring
how-
Helen out.
Oh, at debriefed.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, and then I ran in the house, and you guys stayed in the car, and they backed
Shirley
their
stayed
car.
with me.
They backed their front. And they just peeled and dug on the front yard, and just left a big old trail and took off, but they were really mad. Now, we were scared. And Papa was mad because Papa was fun.
Betty, this was not the one that I was thinking
Now you gotta finish it.
Long drive.
That's what I meant, that 41 Chevy stop.
Okay, who else would have known him, like, from Young People or, okay, Nick, I was just gonna say, there's gotta be, like,
You would expect a story from me, but my wife was telling a story about Fred before we changed her. And she was a real big storyteller, she loves this. I haven't heard this from a long time.
Okay.
Okay, we were at Bible conference in Quebec, and I was in a room with a bunch of girls, and they were all talking about Fred Bierlink. And Paul talked about Fred Bierlink. Of course, I was quite a bit younger, but all these girls talking about
Fred, Lynn Ray said she would have listened better if she'd have known someday you were going to be a friend of hers.
That's my first remembrance.
You don't want to go down Seabeck Lane, do you, Fred?
Well, yeah. Why not?
I don't know if any of you have been at Seabeck. We would stay in houses, and a lot of these houses had fireplaces between rooms. And it was the first time I'd ever went there, and I got in with a really rough crowd. Fred Bierlink and there was Gerard and Henry Barron, and one of those guys chucked a firecracker in this
Sumner.
Oh, yeah, in this fireplace, and it went off in the other room with a cloud of soot and everything, and there was a minister sleeping in this room with another guy, so he came to the door and knocked on the door, and I don't know whether it was Fred or one of the other guys, the minister was from Mount Vernon, he said, "Peterson, you get out of here," and it was Reverend Peterson standing up.
That was taken care of.
Well, then you chuck the firecracker. I was really scared.
People that would pick you up, though.
Yeah.
From the ferry down.
And you ever been around there ever, to see those comics around?
Well, yeah, they changed the layout and more things.
Oh, okay.
The wolf would be there.
It's, how many years ago yesterday that you went
Two boys didn't behave themselves very well.
That was the Tulsa boy and Roger. Rick. I think that was the end of it. They had a, well, they lived in the fireplace, it's cold, and the guys went on top of the roof and put something on top of the chimney. And they did everything. That's Tulsa, my gang. I don't know, you guys know.
Mom, tell us when you met Dad. You guys remember it was a TV star. That's all we ever heard. It was the pizza. I was over at, Uncle Jake and Aunt Dora Heisenberg, and I had to help Betty Ham. And Betty had young people's party that night, and it was First Church young people, and they had a party at the pizza. So I went along with Betty. Fred was there, and we played this last couple out, you know, that day we stood in front, well, Fred got in front, and I was there, and somehow or other we managed to get in the same car and go home together. It was convenient. Yeah. So we had to be right home by yourself. I didn't know. The other day, Gilbert was in the army. So.
No. We were in Gilbert's car.
Oh, okay.
We probably didn't see him.
So then, how did you guys, the Mellon siblings, get introduced?
First time he came, Dick threw us. Me and I think Dick got rocks behind his house. Backed up into that.
Good for you guys. We know everybody, man. I was the only one who
It was Dad driving up on that yard.
Oh, Doc had a great old boy looking out the window.
Yeah, right from upstairs.
Oh, yeah. And the chocolate milk is what I remember. Fred liked
Oh,
chocolate
yeah.
milk so well.
Cold chocolate.
Mom, Mom, you know, we had this table, it was like a booth, and Pop and Mom were on the end, and all of the kids were crowded in between, so nobody could just go out.
wanted Fred to read the Bible, and then he asked him to read Hezekiah so-and-so.
I don't know if Bobby ever had Hezekiah.
Can't imagine Paul doing that. No.
Brenda, Fred and Shirley, Dad and Mom, they're very consistent in their friendships. All the people that they're very associated in this room.
Hey, why don't you guys stand up? That's who I am. Sit up in their way.
We set up for Fred and Shirley.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Nick was a substitute.
Yeah.
Because other than Henry Barrett, that's now. And he all of a sudden started shooting that morning. I called on my friend Nick, and he filled in.
Because his friend knocked on the door, it's his wedding day, and he says, Nick, do you have a blue suit? And I said, yes, I do. And I said, you need a pallet for the night. And he said, yeah, I need you in it. So I said, that's fine, I'll come to your wedding, but why didn't you tell me that at least I could bring a friend along? Well, he said, if you would make up your mind who you were going with. So then I ended up taking Linda Reardon. We've been going together.
We sat at the bridal table.
That was in the old Silas Church? Lambert took them away. Lambert took them away.
Right, okay, and you guys say,
Catherine and I sat at home waiting.
And Frank
Took them away. They went up the hill, up and up.
Oh, I thought you were in there with him.
No, I don't think Catherine was playing sports. We were worried about him.
So who was the call?
But Ted, he had every inch of that mile going. I mean, he deserved that the whole way. Fred did.
Did he do a lot of chasing himself?
Oh, yeah, he'd chase everybody. Yeah, you know, I mean,
Brian, are you listening?
his kids are too.
I think Rod's got a little more melamine. Talk about the rocks behind the car, that sounds like Rod. So then you guys moved into the stage of, having families, being involved in church. I know numerous church friends are here, and so any interesting things that you'd like to share with us about churches? Some history meetings?
I can tell you a story. It has to do with the Larry Every time I see old Doug Brigham, he'll be always reminded. Beep, this is Kathy. Ow! And it just so happened to be, I think Dad was on the church council about that time, and I'm not sure him and Reverend Legwater were getting along so good. Cat gets him on a Wednesday night, and we were sitting there, and Calvin Rosemont, like he always gets, comes screaming in late, burning his tires, because he was speeding cabs or whatever. And I just said, hey, you got to work hard to get here on time, just like all the rest of us do. We gotta beat you up and do whatever to get here on time. He got mad at me. And I thought about going uptown goofing around. I thought, no, maybe my best option is just coming straight home and fessing up to Dad that he got mad at me. And I'm, to this day, eternally grateful for doing that, because Doug Oncoop and Doug Breganell and a couple guys went right home and told their dad that I'll never forget Tony Oncoop. The phone rang and Tony Oncoop called you, and Doug Oncoop had come home and said, Dad, this Reverend Lakewater kicked Rod out, and he didn't do anything. And Brett was mad, and it wasn't at me, and I went out.
There wasn't a truth to that. Somehow or another, I kind of thought, well, yeah, you know, there must be a little bit of reason. But then it was only about 3 weeks later, and I found out that Henry expelled.
You didn't expect that.
You know it.
I know it.
Never kicked me out. I'm not sure we did that.
School teachers,
We still have the old book.
There's pictures in the whole time. That's Sunday sickness. And then you get the horse bite. So you showed them. Next time I could have had it just blister on my finger.
I was always glad you sat on the opposite side of church.
It was quite, morning service, quickies, quick back to church, catechism afterwards. It was a busy day on Sunday. By 6 o'clock, food.
And that's when everything would happen.
Yeah.
That's where the rod got dropped off the horse, and they had to straighten the horse out. We broke a lot of bones.
Who got bit by the horse?
Oh, we had more broken arms and bones right after Sunday, after 2 services, they all cut loose.
The car stalled right on the yard. Super Bowl Sunday time?
Oh, yeah.
It did. We couldn't, we had to push it back in.
My brother Cork always tells a story. There was about 9-10 guys in my dad's old 47 Dodge chasing around town, and the cop pulled them over and said, "You're throwing firecrackers out of the car." And they said, "No, we're not throwing firecrackers out." "Oh, yes, you are." And he got all the guys out and shook them down, no firecrackers. So as they left there, all of a sudden the trunk of my dad's car went up and out went a firecracker. Fred was laying in the back. It was one of your highlights of life.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was always led to believe that we got those kind of adventurous feelings from Oh, yeah.
I remember a little story about how to do with Brenda. And we were playing for the state championship in Ellensburg. And Fred and Lady Boer went out on the floor in front of all those people who became cheerleaders. And I was embarrassed for Fred. Fred, you still know it. You know, I'd like to see it.
We want to cheer.
Then we had to decide.
Whether you're gonna stay Saturday night or
We're
not.
gonna stay Saturday night or not. That was against the rules of.
But you had a band a little.
That we had a band.
Yeah. Well, we went to church that Sunday.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Who was there? Brenda? You should have known who was there.
Actually?
You were dating about that time.
Oh. Yeah.
Who could
then his dad and mommy would come.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, and,
And
that Sunday morning, oh man, like, we were going to sleep in real good. All of a sudden, at 8 o'clock, we were pounding on the door, what are we gonna do? I said, I don't know, the road is blocked, we'll just wait till it's clear.
Yeah, the road is like
We didn't have any,
Yeah.
so then I think,
You were driving my car.
your car, because you came and brought Bruce.
Brought all the kids.
And met him from the bull.
With Kent and Bruce and Mike and Sherry.
Sure. So we went all the way around there. Yeah, it made a long way around.
Remember Kent and Bruce, that machine? Bruce drove me nuts on a football machine. When are we gonna get there? Yeah, and then every time there was a sign that said I was miles it wouldn't tell me. You wanna know again, how long you're we had to come over the path, and it was snowing, and I was so scared driving with all these kids.
We were just indulging the back and all of the,
Fred drove in.
Those were the good old days. We survived them all, didn't we?
Yeah, but then I remember when we used to go fishing to Lost Lake. And never could leave chicken on Sundays until 12:01. Sunday morning. Heaven forbid we turn the wheel before 12:01. So we had Fred and Shirley and Vern, Marion, and Fred and Albert Pickett, the counter. And us and Lamar and Elmer, I think it was the Pickett, and Jennifer, we're going to be at Ross Lake and the opening day break of fishing.
We gotta get there first.
So Fred's ahead of us, and he lost his nuts.
We couldn't find them all back.
We said, what's the matter with that pickup up there? Oh, Fred's got his front wheel off, so we pull up behind him, and they're all, the guys are down in the gravel looking for Fred's luggage. We're all looking right too. And then we had to go to the bathroom so bad, so we went behind the pickup along the road. We finally got, you got the wheel back on, and you guys all piled in the pickup, and we got in ours, and so we were just a little ways around the bend, and there was a big cougar. Quite a time.
Yeah, we had a pickup with, Sister Nell and Albert at that time. Green dot.
remember coming down, we put the room on the top, and we forgot.
But Ron said you always had trouble with your worms, and
All right.
Well, we got close there. I says to Fred, now, you got worms? And he looked at me kind of strange. He said, yeah, but I'm going anyway.
We were eating lunch, we had our lunch in a big box there, and Ron and I were eating out of the lunch, and Fred was trying to find the worms. The first thing you know, it went upside down in the lunch box.
every time he kicked the worm.
He said right where he sits. And looked, I supposed to turn around, up goes the worm can.
Gotta keep mixing Yeah. Don, where's the boat? Oh, he must be down there by the pool somewhere. Well, when we got down there, there was a gravel pit that was full of water. So was the boat full of water. Wow. That's the one we're supposed to take from ours? Yeah. Well, we can pop off first. So he dumped the water out and they made a rack on the back of the pickup, and we got it up over there. He's on, and, they said he needed his insulin so bad, that he would forget where we were going down the road, all of a sudden, here comes what? Chasing us. John, you forgot your insulin. Oh, yeah, that's right. And we got there, and we had, we took a park or something, we kind of tied it on the trees there a little bit, and we were laying under it, and there's nothing under it, like we had a broad fan out there, we caught something in, and all of a sudden, Lamont poked me, we were laying there next to each other and sleeping there. What's that? I don't know. And we peeked around the door, and we just, is it a deer or a bear?
The deer.
And the other side of it, so, somebody, we lived through it.
The punchline, the deer?
Yeah.
That was the punchline, the deer also ate our, tin foil. That had some bacon on it, but after he had that kind of a roughage, he ate a bar of soap, so.
I remember the days of going to Yellowstone with 6 children in a station wagon and a 14-foot trailer, travel trailer, and trying to have all of us sleep. We're in a rod and sleep in the back of the station wagon. That wasn't the time that you fell out and got a concussion.
It was me when she kicked me out of bed.
Hadn't been the same since.
I up there in the bed up there, and for one person, and I got the outside, and she pushed me out of bed, and I ran over the head.
That trip does remind me, though, of the word perseverance. You know, it's a word that you never quite know what to do with, but when I think of perseverance, I think of Dad driving that green station wagon with all of us in the back just jumping up and down, you know, just screaming. It was 80, 90 degrees going into Glacier Park. As much as you hate heat, it was so hot, we couldn't even have our windows open, and we had them all closed. I think we had to play the game with Bruce. What was that game we played? We put you in the bottom of the sleeping bag? Try to bury you and see if we could find you. And Dad has just got his hands on the wheels. He just goes crazy. Not up peace, not up peace. He's doing beyond all that. It's not just
From Indiana?
In the ministry.
He was a great guy.
He married my girlfriend's sister.
Both of us, both. Yeah, Rich was a big guy. When he found out where I was from, he said, "Oh, I know that song."
I remember that one.
I can tell some stories about him.
Oh, yeah.
Words with him and some sisters and everything, that he's a very calm, level-headed person, but I saw him one time lose it when he couldn't think very well. We were in Europe with them, and we're all going to get on the bus together in the morning with this whole tour, and just when Fred is going to step on the bus, he stepped in a great big pile of dog manure. To see him try to get this shoe cleaned off on the cobblestone street every day, remember that, Fred? And he said to me, "Will this stink in the bus?" And I said, "Yes, it'll stink all day, you know."
When they tried to talk to the bus driver, though.
Oh. Are you going to tell it, Fred, or am I?
No, we're telling.
Fred was very proud in Holland because he could talk Dutch. So he was our interpreter. And one day, we were going to buy bus tickets and we were going to go out to the flower market. And Fred was doing the interpreting for us, and he's getting on, talking to the man behind the ticket booth, and the man is telling us what to do in English. And Fred is turning around and saying every word that he said to me in English, he was saying it right back to me in English. And finally I said to Fred, I said, the guy is talking English to me. So then we get on the bus, and the bus driver's going down there, and Fred's sitting right behind the bus driver with a lot of smart remarks, you know, in Dutch and everything. And the bus driver rolls down the window. There's a very attractive lady on a bicycle, and he talks to her. And how did he say that to you? You said, is that your, you know her?
Just your pal, shaker.
Yeah.
Is that your wife?
Yeah.
That's your wife. Says, don't make any difference, she's good looking.
No, he was translating that. He was just repeating every word in English. He didn't even know what he was doing.
We did that right?
Yeah. You know, I finally had to say, Fred, he's talking English.
Your talk at your home a lot growing up?
My mother talked to her a lot. She
We did so much.
when I was home with her alone, right after you were all married for about 10 years.
See, that's how she spoiled him. More of this brown sugar and butter.
They had their own secret language.
But I was home with him, our dad never talked Dutch, never.
No, that's,
Oh, he didn't? Never.
You always said that's a very rich language. There's a lot of, and I kind of agree with it. Just a little bit that I know. There's sometimes, as I think the mentors say the same thing, is there's some things you have to say about 2 sentences in English to explain 1 or 2 words. Is that right?
Yeah.
All the ones we heard all the time. But now.
Area of region.
We moved from Minnesota, and I remember he used to come in church when his dad was an elder, and the elders sat up on one side and the deacons on the other, and vice versa. And he used to sit with his dad, and I think that's about the first I became aware of Rick. So, what would that have been, 6, 7 years old?
About 6 years old.
Yeah, because my dad passed away when I was 7 and a half.
So then when they come out of the consistory door, the smoke billowed out.
You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I told him.
He was proud of himself. What did you have? Well, your mom had kids.
In those days, though, if ladies were pregnant, they never went to church, did they? A lot of guys took little kids with
And
them.
would sit with them there,
My dad always told me a story, and I don't know whether Fred would verify that or not. When you guys' dad died, my dad went there the next morning to help with chores. And Fred came out of the house with a pail and said, no, I have to help too. But I want to know, why did he get called Sonny? How did that start? My dad never called him anything but Sonny.
Sunny for a year, yeah.
Was he born on Sunday and they just...
Yes, he was.
Well, I was wondering, you know, why Sonny? Why?
Well, they were so happy to have a son.
Son. Well, yeah, you see, and I'm thinking it was because he was bright like the sun, you know.
Oh, no. Radiant being, yeah.
That kid was called.
Where did you get the nickname Center?
Center? Maybe center on the white line in the road.
I played center when we played basketball against, I was probably the shortest one, somehow I got, we played 10 against 10 under me, Bob and Beach. Adventure from Ebenezer to play basketball professionally.
I can really remember, I can really tell that Fred's getting older. I think he's losing it, really. He's getting real mixed up what's going on. We've been doing a little traveling with him for a while, and one time we stopped at a, well, Hank would always do the driving, Shirley would do the directing.
And he was a treasure.
Yeah, yeah. One time we stopped at a restaurant and a gift shop called Cracker Barrel. And after some time we were there, and then Fred had to use the restroom. So the restroom had the Cracker Barrel on one door, had a picture of a boy with his pants, and the other one a girl with a dress, and he went right to the door with the dress. We saw that, and it didn't take long, and there was a couple other ladies went in that day. And we wondered what was going to happen. And I don't know if he had time to relieve himself, but he sure came to it.
That was probably because he had all sisters. He just thought he could get away with it. It worked at all.
Spent one afternoon in the car with Fred. We were doing something, but we were driving around for a while. And I'd always found out the best way to get to know somebody is to get them to start talking about themselves. So I started asking Fred about dairy farming. I didn't have a clue about, cows or anything. So he starts telling me all kinds of stuff. A couple of weeks later, we're back on Maui, and Bruce happens to be over visiting. So I'm going to show off all my new knowledge to Bruce about dairy farming. So I start telling him how his dad had told me that there were certain cows that give 2% milk. And Bruce looks at me like, what are you talking about? I said, well, your dad told me that. He wouldn't lie to me.
We need Fred here in the middle. We need Fred right here in the middle, right up here. We need Eddie and Terry and Barbie and Esther. I don't need them right here. Becky, you can come now. Deb, come on, help us out. Yonder. We need 7 of them. Oh, 7 girls. Okay, 1, 2, 7, Becky. Come on. Okay, I'll do it. Okay.
6, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, yes. Come on, squeeze it.
How they figure this out.
We're in the tri-color now.
I'm the driver.
Here we go.
Remember?
7 little girls just sitting in the back seat, kissing and hugging with
Say, why don't one of you come up and sit beside me? And this is what the 7 girls said.
Keep your mind on your drive and keep your hands on the wheel. Keep your roving eyes on the road ahead. We're having fun just sitting in the back seat, kissing and hugging with
Drove through the town, drove through the country, kissing and hugging with Fred. I said, how do you like my triple carburetor? And this is what 7 girls said.
Keep your eye on your drive, keep your hands on the wheel, and keep your open eyes on the road ahead. We're having fun, just sitting in the backseat, kissing that Fred, your glasses are all help to all of us, especially dealing with my mom and dad and the little issues that keep popping up. And Fred is always there to help us through. And I don't know, good times and bad times. Fred's the one we talk to. Yeah.
Joyce,
Yeah.
I would second that as friends. I could never have a better friend than Clint. I think everybody knows that.
And he's the best brother we ever had.
He was born on Sunday.
Yes.
That was a weapon of choice when we were growing up. Looks a lot bigger than these
Drill. This cane was invented to help when you piddle. Around your age comes the low pressure blues, so pee in the trough and save the shine on your shoes. Here has some aerobics and weightlifting. We may be getting a little older physically, but mentally, we're still tack and sharp. Make noise. Make it look like
The fights are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you, must go and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or shadow. Oh, sunny boy, I love you so.
You are good.
Our